Happy Wednesday out there, Team 42. It's your skipper here, Darius Dale, to present our macro minute for Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. As always, we'll start with the executive summary from today's lead-off morning note. If you would like to review the analysis supporting these conclusions, as well as what to specifically do about them in your portfolio, you need to be a client of 42 Macro. So today's key macro event is dead cat bounce versus Yellen to the rescue. So the nuance there is on a week-over-week basis, the high short interest factor is outperforming the low interest factor by 220 basis points. Elsewhere, the latest Bloomberg News / Morning Consult poll, according to the latest Bloomberg News Morning Consult poll, President Biden's polling bump has evaporated in all but one swing state, Michigan, where he leads by 2 percentage points. In terms of market implications, because high short interest led on the way down, but did not lead on the way up, investors must understand the coast may not be clear with respect to a potential row-row phase transition in the market regime. And again, we've talked about this, but row-row just means you're going from a risk-on regime to a risk-off regime, or vice versa. Obviously, we're talking about going from risk-on to risk-off in this scenario. And then lastly, core to our Jay and Janet want a soft landing theme is our belief that Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen will target the $956 billion in the TGA and the $436 billion in the RRP to support Biden's reelection bid, and will likely use the Q2 and Q3 quarterly refunding announcements to signal her intentions. So next week we get the Q2, QRA on Monday and Wednesday, and then on Q3 comes on July 29th and July 31st. So be aware of that. And then as always, transitioning to our 42 macro dashboard, wrapping up with a question from our community. This one's on TLT entry timing. The question reads, Darius, prior to the phase transition to a risk-off scenario, I am looking at TLT as a safe harbor and an opportunity for gains when rates drop. At $89, we have a good entry point. Is it too early to enter? What is the signal telling you? So we'll be very clear here. We do not see TLT as a safe haven either in the current risk-on reflation regime, nor will it be a safe haven in the likely risk-off inflation regime. We do not see a transition to a risk-off deflation market regime, which is where you'll really get paid on the long side of TLT as a high probability outcome. We've been right as rain on keeping our clients outside of the fixed income markets, or at least in short duration products like T-bills within the fixed income markets all year, because we have been a risk on market regime. And obviously that's rewarded us on the long side of risk assets and on the short side of defensive assets like TLT. And we still see elevated risk of being in an inflationary market regime, either reflation or inflation over the medium term. So in our opinion, we think there are better ways to play a potential row-row phase transition to a risk-off market regime outside of the long bond. We think short rates, i.e. again, T-bills, are one of the best places to play that. Gold would be a phenomenal way to play that if we transition to a risk-off inflation market regime. Commodities, energy, and agricultural commodities in particular are good places to be there. But in general, there's not a lot of places to hide when you're in a risk-off inflation market regime. There's some places to hide when you're in a risk-off deflation market regime because you have rates trading down, but inflation is one of the worst places to be as an investor. And so you have to be very cautious and very confident, very thoughtful about how you allocate assets, and the overall amount of risk you're taking in your portfolio generally needs to shrink when you're in that regime. So obviously, we help our clients, we coach our clients through all these proactive pivots and proactive decision-making processes, in our published research. So we'll wrap it up there. Darius Dale presenting our macro minute for Wednesday, April 24, 2024. Everyone have a wonderful day. Best of luck out there. We'll catch you back here tomorrow. Cheers.